morning, children. Let us learn about the Geography Lesson 6 Major Landforms of the Earth. And yesterday, what we have learned? We have learned different types of landforms. Mountains, we have seen plain area, and also the peninsular, island, and all these how it is going to take process. So the yesterday first point what we have learned about the interior of the earth. The because interior of the earth when there is a when we have learned about the earth is rotating. When it is rotating, that the earth is moving, and interior of the earth also when we are digging, when it is going into deep, it will be very hot also. So based on that, sometimes the earthquake takes place, volcanoes takes place. When it is going to be erupt, it can be form a like a small the high level and low level lands, mountains, and all. So the different landforms it is going to be formed because of the internal. And the second point of external process in the continuous waving down and rebuilding of the land surface. So the second and external on the surface of the earth also it takes the place, and when earth is moving, the different forms it is going to be formed. We can see that the wearing away of the earth's surface is called the erosion. The wearing away, the external process when it is going to be takes place, and when the more wind takes place, the more rain or everything, when it is going to be more rain and all. So the wearing away the earth, it is going to be changes. The wearing away the earth surface is called an erosion. So the external process, internal process, erosion. The next one is the deposition. The surface is being lowered by the process of erosion and rebuilt by the process of deposition. So the deposition, when erosion is taking place, again it is going to be rebuilt by the process of the deposition also. These two processes are carried out by running water, ice, and wind. Broadly, we can group different landforms depending on elevation and slope as mountains, plateaus, and plains. So, children, there are the first point internal interior of the earth. So, all these are the just you can see that one mark questions like what do you mean by the external process, what do you mean by the erosion, then answers also here also. When you are reading textbook, you should read very carefully also. And deposition, and also the erosion and deposition, how they are going to be formed because of the more wind, the dust it is going to, because of the more rain, when the water is flowing, the surface of the earth because of the dust and everything it is washed away, and the running of the water when the river is forming, and there we can see the different forms of the like a different shapes also we can see in the river forms. Ice, when the ice is melting, when the water is flowing through it, so it can be also taking of the different shapes. So the total all the landforms in a picture also you have seen, like a tributary, river of the mouth, and also the island, peninsula, and mountains, plain area, plateaus, and all these also total they are going to be divide the areas of the mountains, plateaus, and plains. The landforms that they are dividing into the three types. The first one is the mountains. A mountain is any natural elevation of the earth's surface. So the mountain is not constructed by the any man, in the nature itself only it is formed. A mountain is any natural elevation of the earth's surface. The mountains may have a small summit and also the broad base. It is considerably higher than the surrounding areas. So the mountain means you can see from the plain area it is more height it will be there. When it is more height we can identify the mountains very easily. Some mountains are even higher than the clouds. As you go higher, the climate becomes colder. When in the area when it is going to be high, and also the when it is going to be, see all that, it is going to be very cool also. In some mountains there are permanently frozen. You see the Mount Everest. It is covered with the snow only. When it is covered with snow, always the snow is going to be melt. It is forming the like a river water also. So in some mountains there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. They are called glaciers. The melting of the water is forming like a river. They are called the glaciers. There are some mountains you cannot see as they are under the sea. Some of the mountains you can see only the plants, rocks, and all the height it will be. Some of the mountains covered with snow also. Mountains you cannot see as they are under the sea because of harsh, harsh climate. Less people live in the mountain areas since the slopes are steep. Less land is available for farming. The population where they will live main, where the food, water, shelter, everything they can get easily, then only they will be living. But in the mountain areas, the population is very less to stay there because it is high above the land, and also the to grow the crops also not possible. So that's why in mountain areas the climate is very harsh, so people cannot live maximum in these areas. So let us continue in the tomorrow's class. Thank you.